Alright, and welcome to another episode of Eat, Smoke, Drink. Today I am going to take you through the relatively infamous 28-year-old Marriage of Casks Imperial SMOS Single Malted Scotland bottling. This is a 40.8% 28-year-old Marriage of Casks. So not sure how many casks, but I'm thinking a couple to a few casks in this particular run. I'd probably say a couple. I'd probably say a couple of casks. So not really quite sure, but anyway, let's get pouring. What a lovely day. The birds are chirping. I'm guessing it is predominantly Hogshead bourbon cask, this particular bottling. 28 years old, golden honey color. On the nose it is classic Imperial. Floral, sweet, sugary, white sugar. Freshly sharpened pencil. A hint of incense in the distance. A hint of smokiness. Fantastic. Apricot jam. Brown sugar syrup. Slightly buttery with a hint of herbal bouquet. White pepper, candied ginger. Only a hint. Oh, delicious, delicious Imperial nose. What a beauty. But how does it sip? Let's sip. Let's sip the shit out of it. Ginseng herbal bitterness. Citrusy lemon pith, lemon rind. Burnt sugar, sweetness of simple syrup. Black pepper, white pepper, candied ginger. You know what? It's lacking a bit of body and depth, to be honest. I mean, Imperial's not necessarily always a ballsy, face, turkey slapping whiskey, but the finish is usually long, oily. It resists your saliva. This one does not. I mean, towards the end of the mid palate to the finish, it's pretty light. Even though the nose carries the characteristics of Imperial, the palate does not. The palate does not. I mean, is it a bad whiskey? No, of course not. I mean, it's actually quite delicious, but I mean, for the price you pay for a SMOS Marriage of Casks Imperial, I mean, you're shaving off maybe a third of your left nut, you know, not a whole nut, but just a left nut, just a little bit of a nut. And so, is it worth the money that you're paying for it? I'm not sure if it is. I think that this is a bit of a dud. This is a bit of a piss take, and I'll tell you why. And I'm not trying to be an asshole, because I'm a big fan of SMOS and Elixir Distillers. I love their bottlings and expressions, especially when they bottle for Whiskey Exchange, which is their, I guess they kind of own it or own each other. But 40.8, and I'm gonna guess what's happened here. They found a couple of barrels. Maybe they misplaced it, or they mismanaged it, or they found one somewhere and someone said, look, the ABV's too low. So they decided to find another 28-year-old or slightly older one, or whichever one's older, whichever one's younger, it doesn't matter. But they just mixed it together just to boost the ABV above 40%, regardless of the fact that maybe the low ABV one, maybe under 40%, was shite. Okay, it was lacking life, maybe it was too leaky, oxidized too much, it breathed too much, and it just lost its balls. Okay, it's like just lost its balls. And I think that's what's happened here. Now, that's just my theory. Someone could tell me what they think. But honestly, it's impotent. It's impotent. It doesn't have any balls. It doesn't have any turgidity. Yes, I said that, turgidity. It doesn't have any of that stiffness that Imperial usually has. Yeah, like Imperial is a soft but powerful whiskey, if that makes sense. And this is neither. This is just soft and limp. And, you know, and it's a shame because it's like Elixir Distillers, they have a bowl of Viagra tablets in the side of their bed and they're not using it. It's like almost like they decided to try and smash that oyster through a slot machine. It's like, no, why did you do that? Why did you do that? You've just done yourself an injustice. It's a no from me. It's a no from me. I think it's a shame. I would love anyone's comments. I mean, it's like I say, it's not a terrible whiskey at all, but not for the price and not for the Imperial name. It's a no from me. Yeah, no. Simon Cowell, go home. Until next time, make sure you eat, smoke, drink. Cheers.